Hello and welcome to Today We Craft. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make tissue box covers. You're going to need 2 fat quarters of fabric. I've decided to go for this really cute fabric that has little bunnies and guinea pigs all over it. This is because I'm going to be giving it to my sister-in-law for Christmas. Ellie, if you're watching this and it's before Christmas, then on the day please still act surprised. You're also going to need some sewing scissors, a pen or a pencil, 1/4 inch ribbon elastic, iron-on interfacing, and a sewing machine. First, let's create your template. There are a couple of ways that you can do this. Firstly, you can take your tissue box and measure the dimensions. Transfer this rectangle onto the centre of your paper. Alternatively, place your tissue box in the centre of your paper and draw around it. We're going to add a 1/4 inch spacer all the way around this rectangle. Next, measure the height of your box, add a 1/4 inch to this measurement and add a tab to each side of your rectangle. My tissue box was 2.5 inches tall, so each tab is going to be 3 inches. Once cut out, it should look like this. Find the centre point by folding your template into 4 and then trimming off the corner with a pair of scissors. Roughly cut out a piece of iron-on interfacing about the same size as your template. Place your outer fabric face down and then the iron-on interfacing over the top, making sure that the shiny side is facing the fabric. Give it a really good press to make sure it's stuck down firmly. Put your template back over the top and draw around using a pen or a pencil. Once cut out, it should look like this. Fold the edge of each tab over 1/2 inch and press to create a sharp crease. Fold the edges of 2 of the tabs together, making sure that the right side of the fabric is on the inside. Then sew along this edge, leaving a 1/2 inch seam allowance. If it makes it easier, feel free to draw a line. Here's a tip. Place a piece of washi tape on your sewing machine to indicate 1/2 inch and 1 inch seam allowances. At this point, it's a good idea to turn your pattern the right way round and test it on your tissue box to make sure it's the right size. Oh, like a glove. We want to make sure the top corners are nice and neat, so having removed it from the box, fold it over and give it a quick press. Repeat this entire process with your liner fabric, making sure that you use the template to mark the centre. Make sure that your liner has the seam on the outside and your outer fabric has the seam on the inside. Place the outer inside the inner so that the right sides are facing. Push out all the corners to make sure it's seated correctly, and pin along the edge to secure. Fold down the box as flat as you can and turn over. We're now going to draw the top opening onto our box. Do this by measuring the size of your opening. Mine is 2 inches by 4 inches. Then transfer these measurements onto the top of your box, using the marked centre point as a guide. Carefully sew all the way around this rectangle. When you get to the corners, leave your machine needle in the downward position, lift the sewing foot, turn it through 90 degrees, and then drop the sewing foot again. This will make sure they're nice and neat. Fold this in half and snip to create a hole. Then cut up through the centre of the rectangle and into the corners, taking care not to snip your stitching. Separate the liner from the outer and then push the liner through the hole. push your lining fabric into the corners. It can take a bit of jiggery-pokery to get this sitting nice and flat. Line up your corner seams and pin to secure, making sure that the liner and outers are level. Cut 2 pieces of elastic so they stick out about ½ inch either side of your box. Mark one side, and then laying the elastic over the bottom of your box, mark the other about 1/8 inch in from the edge. This will mean that once it's finished, the elastic will sit perfectly taut along the base of the box. Measure 2 inches in along one of the longer sides of your tissue box cover, and then insert the elastic between the inner and outer fabric up to the mark, before pinning to secure. Only do this on one side of your cover for now. Use pins or quilter's clips to secure the rest of the edge. If you want to know how to make this little zip bag, I've popped a link in the description below, as well as the top right hand corner of the screen. Sew all the way around the outside edge of your cover, as close to the edge as possible. If you're enjoying this video, I'd really appreciate it if you could hit that subscribe button. And if you have an idea for a tutorial video, we'd love to hear it in the comments below. When you get to the second long edge, measure 2 inches in and leave a 1/2 inch gap that we're not going to sew over. Do this by sewing up to the edge and then lifting your sewing foot, missing the area that we're going to leave. Drop the sewing foot down and continue sewing. These are the points where we're going to reinsert the elastic on the other side. You can see here the point that we've left unsewn. Insert the other end of the elastic up to the marker and pin. Return the cover to your machine and run it back and forth over the elastic to make sure it's secured. Remove the pins and snip off any loose threads. Insert the box and voila! Your tissue box cover is complete. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, then please don't forget to hit that subscribe button and hit the bell icon to be notified when we release future videos. It doesn't cost you anything, but it makes my mum proud and I get to pretend that I'm cool. Here's some more videos that you might be interested in. Happy sewing, and I'll see you next time.